right, so today we're gonna talk about the goal of lifting weights and three reasons why you should lift weights regularly. So, in the fitness world, there is often a very strong debate. Cardio versus weights. Which one is better, right? So, when you start training, exercising, often you might be there and thinking, okay, shall I go for a run? Shall I lift weights? Which one is better? And, obviously, I like to put things into perspective, and also, it's all about context, right? Better for what? So, in my opinion, it's always worth understanding and, the benefits of cardio and understanding the benefits of weights, and then balancing out with, all right, what is my goal, right? And then depending on your goal and knowing the benefits of each, then we're gonna um, oh, no, we're gonna decide which one is going to be appropriate for us in this particular moment, right? So I used to be a weights are better guy, especially I was I pretty much like to lift heavy most of my lifting career, and also competed in strongman. So if you ask me, up to probably 2 years ago, I would say weights are the way forward. You just need weights. But now I promote a balance, right? So let's have a look at why you should lift weights regularly. So let's have a look at the benefits of lifting weights. So, benefit number one, increase strength. All right, so strength training may enhance your quality of life and improve your ability to do everyday activities, right? So, I mean, obviously, you don't need to go to the gym and and beat the world record of deadlift or of squats, which it can be a nice and cool goal to have. Whatever is going to bring you to the gym is going to be valuable, like, and I've been there myself. Maybe also because I was in my early 20s, the ego and all that. But in reality, let's be honest, even when you're younger, you're not going to see this. But normally, as you start getting into your 30s, then in your 40s, right, you start understanding that the body, is not going to be young forever. Let's be honest, right? And then at one point you will age. Not at one point, you will continuously age. But it only makes sense to start taking care of our body now, like earlier, rather than later. And strength training is going to improve the quality of your life, right? The ability of performing everyday tasks. That can be going up the stairs, lifting boxes when you're moving, if you have kids, playing with your kids. So all these things, you're going to benefit from being stronger, right? And going to the gym and lift weights can help that. Also, building strength can also contribute to a better balance, right? Like, obviously, if you have stronger legs, stronger glutes, stronger core, you have better balance, and it's going to reduce the risk of falling when when you get older. Let's be honest. Loads of injuries for elderly people are caused by falling and breaking bones because of falling. So if you can prevent that, or you can um, you can push that as late as possible, then it's a good thing, right? Again, we might not like to think about it, when we are 30 and everything, but this is only going to happen. So free prevent is better. So yeah, this can can help you maintain independence as you age. So yes, you don't have to be the world best deadlifter, but increase your strength is going to be something valuable, and hopefully you haven't experienced what lack of strength can do to you, but you can imagine how valuable this can be. Then benefit number 2, increase muscle mass. So increased muscle mass comes with all the benefit of getting stronger and more. All right, so obviously if you're stronger, you're more likely to have more muscles, and then if you have more muscles, you're more likely to be stronger. So they go hand in hand, basically. So losing weight alone doesn't mean that you will be fitter or better looking, right? So if you're looking for that toned, sexy look, you will need to build some muscles, right? So sometimes we get stuck on the idea that perhaps we need to lose weight. Obviously not everyone, but it's very easy to get into a certain lifestyle, gaining some weight over the years, and then the goal is, oh, I need to lose weight, which is great. That's step number 1 for a healthier life, for sure. But again, losing weight alone doesn't mean that you'll be fitter, because it's actually very easy to lose weight. I mean, it's hard. Okay, it's very simple rather than easy. It's very simple. If you starve yourself, you will lose weight. If you do a combination of starve yourself and doing cardio, you will lose weight faster. Yeah. Maybe you will be a little bit fitter, because you do cardio, so that helps with fitness, but not necessarily you will be better looking, right? Because when we look at, like good looking bodies, the ideal of a good looking body, especially for men, right? It's a fit, it's a toned body, right? It's an athletic body, and to look athletic, we're not going to, it doesn't mean to be skinny, but means to have some muscles on you, right? So again, I think that sometimes, especially when I talk to prospect clients, new clients, sometimes there is a taboo about doing it for the look, but I don't see anything wrong in also doing it for the look. We're doing it for a better quality of life. We're doing it for mainly for better quality of life, but also doing it for the look is not something that we should be ashamed of, because at the end of the day, people is paying thousands of pounds for expensive clothes, millions of pounds on cars, right? Just because we want to look better. We want to have a better impression of other people, and of course this can also start from the body, right? We have more confidence, we feel better when we look good. So in my opinion, there shouldn't be any shame in saying that. And again, if you want to look better, you need muscle mass. It just losing weight is not going to cut it. And then this one is huge in my opinion. So benefit of lifting weights is increased metabolism, right? So muscles act as an engine that burns calories, even at rest. In fact, for every pound of muscle you gain, your body is going to use about 50 extra calories per day. Now, to put this into perspective, if you build 10 pounds of muscles, that means that you're going to burn an extra 500 calories per day at rest. And 500 calories is a generous meal. So you see how we focus on diet, right? Diet, weight loss. but you're actually going to burn more calories, which is going to allow you to eat basically the same amount of calories, but being in a calorie deficit because you're going to increase the output just by building muscles, right? So, lifting weights it's a very effective way of increasing your metabolism. So again, weightlifting is not just about bulking up and building muscle mass. Its benefit include improved posture, better sleep, gaining bone density, right? But again, very important as you age. Maintaining the weight loss because you increase your metabolism. Increasing muscle mass will increase your metabolism. So over time, you will be able to maintain the weight loss. It's going to boost your metabolism, as we just said. It's going to lower your, inflammation, and then, it's going to help to stave off chronic diseases. So you see, the benefits of lifting weights are many, and that's why it's so important for me to lift weights regularly. And again, when I say lift weights, doesn't mean that you can achieve that just by lifting weights. Even just by lifting your own body weights or banded exercises, all form of resistant training rather than cardio training, which we might cover in another episode. So yes, as I say, while cardio can help you get rid of belly fat, right? Lifting weights helps you to build more muscle, which can also help you burn more calories, as we just saw. So, when weight loss occurs in the absence of strength training, all the facets of body composition are lost. So this is something that I wanted to highlight because, whether you have been there before or, maybe you will be there one day, I want to make sure that, you avoid doing this mistake. And basically, and I've seen this with with many clients in the past where, the client has been focusing on weight loss, right? And being successful with it. So, losing lots of weight, which is good. Again, obviously the health and everything improves. However, neglecting neglecting lifting weights or neglecting, taking care of the muscle mass, which also, can be done through nutrition. Obviously, lifting weights and um, eating enough protein will make sure that you increase your muscle mass, which is going to have all those benefits that we just see. So, when someone have done a drastic or even non-drastic weight loss, but without focusing on increasing strength, increasing muscle mass, what's going to happen? um you know you're not going to be able to achieve that benefit of body, better body composition, which is basically less fat and more muscles. You just have the benefit of just weight loss. But if you neglect lifting weights and you neglect uh, adequate protein intake, what might happen then, as you lose weight, you will lose muscle mass, and then all the benefits that we just saw, basically you going backward on those, right? Because if you're losing muscle mass, then your strength decreases, and then basically everything we talked about, we just looking at the on the negative side. You're basically not only lacking, but you are going backward doing this. So very, very important, that even when when your goal is purely weight loss, e- especially as a man, when body composition is important, we need to look at strength training, and we need to look at adequate protein intake. So I want to end up this presentation with some practical application, right? Because again, it's all uh, nice to talk about it, but how do we do it? What's the practical application? So while lifting weights 2 times per week has been shown to be enough to start muscle growth, I personally recommend to a minimum of 3 times a week. So 3 times a week is generally a good starting point, but also something that can be done even at later stages. So it's, again, because if I say starting point, that means that in order for you to progress, you might have to go into, more times a week. But that's not always the case. Um, you can make good progress over time, even by sticking to 3 times a week, because obviously you're gonna increase the intensity. You can increase the density of your workout. You're going to be able to do more, to get more done in one session. So, there are other ways to increase the workload and efficiency. But again, yeah, I've seen amazing results with clients with 3 times a week only. Now, of course, advanced lifters can look at, 4 to 5 times a week, right? And actually, I say this very often. I been in one of, I've been in one of my best shapes, and I've been the strongest training 4 times a week, believe it or not, which is, 4 out of 7 might not seem like a lot, because everyone expects that, I'm training every day, which sometimes I do, but not strictly lifting weights. But again, I've been the strongest, and I was, I was in a good shape, like, in body shape, training only 4 times a week. And actually, at the time, the coach that I used to have at the time, yes, he was literally stopping me from doing anything more than 4 times a week. And obviously, 4, 5 times, with a good training split can be done. 6, it starts to be a little bit too much, because, you want that recovery. And, 7, I wouldn't recommend 7 times a week. But again, this can be very, personal. Some people, if planned properly, maybe yes, they can do 7 times a week. I'm not gonna advise, yes, I'm probably, I'll probably advise against it. But if it works for you, cool. 6 times a week as well, if it works, cool. But I'll normally, you know between 3 and 5, it's where I would be in terms of how many times a week you need to lift weights. And I would say we're looking at 45 minutes to 60 minutes per session. And this is because, first of all, I don't want anyone to be wasting time in the gym, because lifting and fitness obviously can also be a priority, but I don't want it to be a burden. And because I know we have other things to do as well, families, work, and whatnot. And also because if you lift for too long, let's say, obviously if you're wasting time is different, but if you're working hard for 1 hour plus, there is a high possibility that you will start producing too much cortisol, which can be counterproductive. So I normally like to keep the session between 45 to 60 minutes. And this is it. So thank you very much for watching. And as usual, if you got any questions, just comment below and let me know.